Welcome back to Furry Trash, the podcast for furries by furries. I'm Rose Get the Box, and welcome to another episode of the show. Today, I'm joined internationally from Wild Fox Works, aka Ruby. So, say hello, Ruby. Tell people who you are and what you do.
Hi, my name's Ruby. I've been running Wild Fox Works for almost 7 years now. It's gonna be 7 years in April. I've been in the fandom for about 10 years, maybe more. I've lost count at this point, and it's been a fun ride so far.
Anyways, Ruby, how did you get involved in furry fandom?
Oh, fun little story actually.
Mhm.
So we have a yearly thing at like the end of February slash the start of March. It's like a masquerade, and you kind of dress up however you want and walk around town, maybe go house to house and kind of just show off costumes. And I really liked Sonic at the time, so I was looking up like Tails costumes, Sonic costumes, and I was like, whoa, these are really cool. And then one of them said fursuit, and I was like, wow, these look awesome. So I like looked it up more, and I found Anthrocon, and I just saw a bunch of people with costumes, and it was just so cool to like my 12, 11-year-old self. So I'm like, I need to get into this. And then I made Ruby, I made art, and it was amazing. And I was Tails for that year.
So, how did you make Ruby? How did you make your persona?
I No, I like tails. I liked foxes. I still love them. So I
Mhm.
just went orange, but I didn't just want orange black. I just kind of like added a bit, nice little white toesies, a little white stripe on the elbows. That's about it. I just kept them simple for many years, and he looks almost identical to when I made him first.
He's adorable. I'm looking at your Twitter profile here. Well, your image, anyways. He's got like really cute noses, and his eyes are just adorable. Like, I want to just give him a big pat. He's just like so cute. I don't know if you know the teacup pups, the small little pups that are tiny, like the Pomeranian tiny little things. He's just got that same energy. Just want to give him like a big squeeze of him.
He would bite.
How did you kind of get into fursuit making and making it a business rather than just a hobby?
Well, I'm not full time yet, but I
Mhm.
plan to start full time this year. So I kind of just saw, I think it was Kloof Suits, their videos, and it really intrigued me. So I wanted to do that as well. So I ran to the hardware store, got the first foam roll I saw, and just slapped it together. It didn't look too good, but I mean, I was happy with it at the time, and I wore that suit everywhere.
So on Twitter, for example, you mentioned that a lot of your inspirations for finding the furry fandom follow you on Twitter. Who would be some of your inspirations that kind of got you started in the furry fandom?
Oh, I am awful with names, but I know I lost my mind when Multicolor Bark followed me back. Um, then there's Furry Fursuit Maker I mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
There's oh my god, it's a plethora of people, but none of them are jumping out at me. I think um more for less. No, not more for less. They don't follow me.
Not yet, not yet.
Not yet. No one's really jumping out, but God, I know there's a lot.
It must be incredible having so many influential names in the furry fandom interact with your content.
Oh, it was and it is.
So you make fursuits, and part of the fursuit process is sending it out to customers and clients. Has there been a fursuit that you sent to a country that either you haven't been to before or wanted to go to?
Basically, like almost all of them have gone to countries that I've never been to, and it's mostly America, I think.
Mhm.
And then a few have gone to Germany as well.
Oh,
Oh,
Germany. Very
and
fancy.
I will be hopefully going to Germany to a con this year, to Eurofurence.
To Eurofurence. Oh, that is so cool. I've never been to Eurofurence myself. I was in the online con last year. Hang on. Well, at the online con, present at the online. I don't know how to word that, but I have. sticker from the Eurofurence 21 that I have in my power bank that has actually all of the furry
Yo,
sketch videos. Yeah, there you go. But no, I haven't been to Eurofurence in person yet.
this would be my first con.
First
So,
ever con, first furry con.
first furry con, yeah.
Wow. I'm going to go to Confuzzled this year. Fingers crossed. Thank you, COVID. Fingers crossed.
uh,
Fingers crossed.
yeah. I don't know when it is, but I
Mhm.
might go next year.
Yeah, Confuzzled is usually typically in May time. I think this year it falls on the last weekend of May. I think.
I still have classes, so I couldn't go either way.
But yeah, no, furry cons are supposedly great. I'm quite cautiously optimistic about them because, like I said, I've been to online cons, but I haven't been to an in-person convention since JCon, which is a convention in Dublin, 2019, November 2019.
Hello, Ace here, just jumping in really quick to do a correction. 2 weeks after this is recorded, I ended up going to Comic-Con March 2020.
I've been to gaming cons in Suit, and it was really fun, but there was like basically no other furries, so I just kind of walked around and took photos, but it was still really fun.
And what was the general public's reaction to a fursuit? Had many people seen fursuits before?
Mostly positive actually. I did get some people screaming furry at me, but everyone, like the majority, seemed to like it actually.
So you've been in the furry fandom for bones of a decade now, which is insane. I have not been in the fandom that long. Like, it's flabbergasting to me. People have been in fandom for a decade. Mind blown. What has been some of the improvements you've seen in the furry fandom over the last 10 years?
That made me feel old there. The big like improvement that I've seen is the implementation of 3D printers and like more modern technology to make suits. I've seen many of them 3D print head bases, make molds and casts with like expanding foam and like 3D printed eyes. And I'm like, I do own a printer. I use it for teeth and eyes, and I recently got a sublimation printer or yeah. And I've been experimenting with printing my own eyes so they can look very nice and crisp and detailed.
And how long roughly would it take you to make your average set of teeth or your pair of eyes 3D printed?
I used to make them out of like sculpting clay, oven baked clay. It would take about an hour-ish. And now with like 3D printing, it all takes maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours to print a set of teeth. And then there's the sanding and polishing and like varnish. So about half a day, and not counting the drawing process.
So a lot more time, but for a lot more higher quality of work, would you say?
Pretty much, yeah, because they're nice and symmetrical and smooth.
Because one of my suits, Kyra, she's got 3 piercings in each ear. She's got like a lower one, the industrial piercing, and like a top one. So it's like 3 on each ear, so 6 in total. And they're 3D printed. And just to have them is incredible, like, because I can twist them slightly and the details and they're silver. And I'm always in awe of artists that can make stuff like that. I know that there's a process, I think it's called Blender, I think.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
A traumatic flashback from just hearing that.
I think the word blender has the same effect on people as being G noted from My Chemical Romance fans and rain
Oh
for it.
no. Yep. Oh god.
Of the night.
Blender is awful, but and so difficult to learn, but man, when you get it, it's okay, but it crashes way too often. I've just had to fix my printer for the 100th time this week to print something for a friend, and my god, is it a pain to own these things.
It's miraculous though, because I have actually a set of legs that I can't move because they're hosting my phone up. But a furry friend of mine, Skirmisher, has a 3D printer. And whenever I go to his house, I always end up coming back with like some sort of array of 3D things. Just
Yep.
they just appear in my flat. Like, you know. and they're
Leggies.
kind of leggies. And whenever I play D&D, I just be like, legs,
I am leg.
iron leg, no thoughts, just furry buds. But circling back into the furry universe, when you mentioned a set of teeth, how many teeth do you define as a set of teeth?
So I make the front teeth, and then I make I guess they're 4 canines, 2 on the top, 2 at the bottom. I don't know the actual names. And I make like the back of the teeth, or the back teeth that are like in the back of the jaw, I guess. And I've started adding another row like up top. So like when you open a mouth, it looks like there's just a full set of teeth.
A
So
full
it's
pack of chonkers.
Yep. So it's like 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10 teeth in total.
So talk me through the fursuit making progress. Like when you have commissions open, how often? First question is, how do you often have commissions open? How often do you have? Yeah, I can't speak.
I'd love to be able to open them more than like once a year, but with classes, I can't do that. So next opening is going to be at the start of May. No, not May, June. Start of June. And I'm hoping to take at least like 5-ish commissions.
So from those commissions, how long would it take you to make, let's say, a 3/4 partial with 10 teeth?
So I've popped out a head in a week before, but that was not good for my back. So for a partial, I want to say a month and a half, maybe 2 months total.
Which is incredible. It's like mind-boggling to me. Because if you gave me a sewing needle and a scrap of fabric and said do something, I would eat it. That's what I would do.
I've been sewing since I was 7. I started making plushies first, and then I just
Ooh,
evolved along with that.
it is adorable. Little plushies. I just have this image in my brain now of like small little mini Ruby plushies. It's
Wait,
lined
I
up.
actually do have one. I have a fox up here.
Oh,
I'm gonna
no
send you
way.
that.
I could throw it up on screen. I can't see it right now, but I'll throw it up on screen so that people on YouTube can see it. I presume it's going to be adorable. Editing ace. Is it
Oh my
adorable?
god, my desk is a mess.
So is mine. With all of this information in mind in regards to making parcels and 3D printing and everything else in the middle, what will be some of your advice for new fursuit makers?
Definitely don't give up and just like keep pushing through it, because if you're making something for the first time, it definitely won't look the best. And you'll learn a lot from your mistakes. I just finished a pair of DigiFeet, and my next one I feel like is gonna be 10 times better than this one.
So constantly improve and constantly keep yourself in check and try new things is what you're saying.
Pretty much, yep.
And most importantly, where can people find you online?
So I'm most active on Twitter at WildFoxWorks. I also post on Instagram, or the handles as well, WildFoxWorks, and I've recently been doing TikToks, same handle, WildFoxWorks.
Wonderful. And if you want to follow us online, our Instagram is furry.trashpod, Twitter is ftrashpod. If you're watching on YouTube, please do like and subscribe. If you're on Spotify, please do rate us. There's a 5-star rating button just under the follow button. So, I'm not saying rate us 5 stars, but I'm just saying, it's nice to see. Ruby, thank you so much for coming on the show. It's super duper appreciated. And for the patience, it's taking us the bones of what, 2 hours to get this?
Yep. Internet is awful.
Internet's awful. My phone is a mess. It's like 10 o'clock at night in Ireland, anyways. It's just chaotic, man. It's just a mess. So thank you for your patience and dedication. It is very much appreciated. And thank you for tuning into the show.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been very fun.